I'm Brandy. This is How Dog Hollow. Today we're going to be doing October Vlog Challenge, Day 19. The word is truth. It's a VR to Amethyst Ascension, and the challenge was by Palm Tree Bewitchery. I want to keep this short and sweet because this is a really broad topic, I believe, and also potentially divisive. So, as I've talked about before, black and white, very few things in life are black and white, and I believe that truth is also something that can be subjective. Because even things like time and other constructs that help us, like we use as cornerstones for our life, has been shown with things like quantum physics to not be quite what we think it is. So truth can be subjective. I want to say that your truth and my truth might not be the same truth about many things. Although I do believe with all of my heart and soul that there are some universal truths. And that's a topic for a different day. About truth, I'd like to share a couple things. Number one, there's a quote that I try to live by, and it's believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. And that speaks to like how truth can be manipulated by context, by certain factual information that you're missing out on, by the time that things took place, by the people who are involved, by the country, by the, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of different things that give it context, and things might be more subjective than you know. So truth is actually fragile and changing and not the same for everybody, for many, if not most, things in life. So I will give you a couple examples in my opinion. If you and I were to look at the same tree, we would not see the same tree because our brains are not the same and our brains are not wired the same, and so we would see maybe the colors a little differently, maybe the way that it looks would make us think, oh, this is a beautiful tree, this is an ugly tree, this is an old tree, this is a young tree, this is like our perception of the tree would be different based on our life experiences because of the way that our brain works. Your brain is a machine that likes to categorize things, especially based on things that it already knows. So I might have a look at a tree and say, this tree is viridian, and it's got certain hash marks on the bark, and it's young, and also it's a very beautiful tree, and it reminds me of XYZ. Whereas you might see the tree and be like, that's actually more of an olive, and I think that the trunk actually has more of a swirl pattern, and my grandfather was hung by this tree, and so these are awful trees. And those statements might be absolutely true to you. And then, of course, the actual scientific fact might be that this is genus whatever, species whatever, and, they vary from these shades and so on and so forth. But a lot of human existence is our perception. Perception is everything. And so what I perceive as truth is not the same as what you perceive as truth. Although I think that when we find our clan, when we find our group, our soulmates, our people that we're supposed to be with, our truths are very similar, and so they're compatible. Another thing, especially about messages, right? Because there's a lot of messages that we're getting from the media, from each other, from society, that just rub us the wrong way. And maybe it's not the message, but it's the delivery, but that's debatable. So there's a message that somebody want to say, and the message is that you don't need any tools, you don't need anything to be a witch, you have all the power in you, which is a beautiful message. But if you say it to a certain way, it's not going to be heard because it sounds condescending, rude, hypocritical, whatever the case may be. And that goes back to like context, delivery, and inflection. So if I had a sentence, and the sentence was, I am a baby witch, right? If I put inflection on a different word in that sentence, it would mean a different thing. I am a baby witch. 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 I'm a baby witch. Those all would sound different and mean different things based on context and who was saying them. It could also be like, I didn't say she stole the money. 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 Those would all be different contexts that we would gather from the way that we interpreted the inflection, but also the gesticulation, because 85% of our communication is nonverbal. So what is really the truth? How can we know? Maybe you were innocently saying, like, I didn't say she stole the money. Like, that is not something that came out of my mouth. But it came out in such a way that you're saying somebody stole the money, but it wasn't this woman. Or you're saying something happened to the money, but it wasn't stolen. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. So, truth, I meant to keep this short. It's getting long. Truth is something that is not black and white like I always thought. Truth is something that for the most part is shades of gray. There are blacks, there are whites, there are grays that are close to black and close to white, but there are some grays that are just gray. And you got to keep that in mind, because everybody has a different shade of gray, and that doesn't mean that one shade of gray is better than the other. And so that's basically true. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys so much. See you soon.